Okay, sorry about that. A little interruption in part one now. Okay, let's pick up back where we were with Batman Begins. This shouldn't take too much long to go. I'm going to go through. I know I say go through every little detail, but I'm going to go through Begins rather quickly now. We'll get into big detail with the Dark Knight, and I'll give my opinions of what I think Dark Knight Rises will be like, and I'll talk about the prologue a little bit, and we'll pick it up from there. So Bruce and his parents go to this play, and Bruce gets scared because it reminds him of the bats. So they go outside. This guy here is pointing a gun at Thomas. Thomas gives him his wallet, and he shoots him. Well, actually, he tried to take his wife's pearls, and Thomas got in front of him, and his quick reaction was to shoot him, and then he just went ahead and finished Bruce's mother. And then he walked away, and then years later, blah, 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 Bruce goes to the court after these 12 years, 16 years, something like that, that he served. They're going on his trial. Bruce brings a gun. He's going to kill him. And as he's walking out, Bruce is in front of him, and the media and guards and stuff are with him, and Bruce has the gun. He's getting ready to shoot him, getting ready to aim, and then this lady does the job for him. And they arrest her, so Bruce wants to watch him bleed and everything, so then Rachel takes him to this restaurant where Val Coney's at, and Val Coney's talking to him about what it means to be a real criminal and everything, what revenge is really about, and he had a point, but still, Val Coney was a terrible man. So then Bruce, they beat the crap out of Bruce, and they throw him out, and Bruce goes, and he's not living like a Wayne. He's living like as somebody running away. And sorry, I had it over there. Anyway, so he's living like, and he's running away. He's still a peach, something like that. And then he sees this kid, and he gives him the rest of that peach or whatever it is, and then it shows him how he got put into prison, and he's taking him and this one guy's taking stuff from Wayne Enterprises and stuff, and they send him to that prison. So, and then we're back at the League of Shadows. Bruce and Ra's al Ghul are sword fighting for practice. They're talking about his parents' death, talking about training and everything, and Bruce won, but then he got beat. Ra's al Ghul, they're at a fireplace talking. He talks about his wife. And after Bruce finishes his training, he's got to take one final step. He's got to execute this man if he wants to lead the League of Shadows, because he was Ra's al Ghul's best student. Bruce refuses to do it. He says, "I will do whatever it takes. I will kill everybody, but I will not be an executioner." And so he takes the sword. He's going up. He's getting ready to cut his head off, and then he hits this torch thing, and then he puts in this dynamite and stuff. And then he blows the place up, and then the other Ra's al Ghul, who you would think would be the real one, they get in a sword fight. Ra's al Ghul gets these fire logs on him and kills him. Bruce saves the other Ra's al Ghul, which is played by Liam Neeson, and he returns to Gotham. Alfred says Bruce Wayne's dead. He was gone for 7 years. Bruce shows up at Wayne Enterprises, and then he runs the company again, and then he's wanting, when he was talking to Alfred on the plane, he wants to fight. He wants to be a symbol, an incorruptible symbol. I believe that's what he said it was. he wants to fight the evil in Gotham. He doesn't want the criminals like that guy that shot his parents. He doesn't want them running around. He wants to protect Gotham because Gotham is falling apart. It's being just filled up with criminals, and so he's going to try to stop them. And he goes to Lucius Fox and he gives him his gear. They're going over everything, and Bruce gets all of his stuff together. But meanwhile, I forgot to mention, before he goes to Fox, he goes back into the cave where those bats were, and that's where he finds the Bat Cave. So now we're back to Fox. And after he gets his main gear, he doesn't get his cape, but then he goes to Gordon. He puts like a ski mask on his head to, not show his face. So he's not Batman yet. He's almost Batman. He's just got to get the tips of being disguised. So he puts a stapler to, which is Sergeant Gordon at the time. And he was talking about Rachel Dawes, but he had a stapler. It wasn't a gun. He had to put on him like a gun, but it was a stapler. Then he runs away, and turns out he needs something because he jumps off the rooftop, and luckily he didn't kill himself. He turns back to Fox. He says, "What is it, more Spelunky?" He said, "Today's space jumping. Do you have any lightweight fabrics?" And he gives him his cape. Then he sees this car, and he goes, "What's that?" And Fox goes, "The Tumbler. You wouldn't be interested in that." And they drive it, and Fox, one of the most famous lines in the movie, Fox said, "What do you think?" And Bruce looked at him with that grin on his face, saying, he loves it, he wants it, but he's got to have the main question: does it come in black? And so then he gets his mask. He gets his mask there. Alfred tells him to avoid landing on his head because they are extremely fragile. They're not the rubber ones that you would see like in a Tim Burton Batman and those other Batman. These here are made out of like fragile rocks, sort of. They're hard, but they're fragile. If you get hit hard enough on the head with them, they'll break. So Bruce puts a radio inside one of them so he can hear what Falcone and Flash all are talking about. Then he goes to the docks. That's when he finds out about the drugs, and he beats all of Falcone's men. And then he tells Falcone he's Batman, and then they go to this train. He saves Rachel from these thugs. And so that's how that goes. And Dr. Crane, a.k.a. Scarecrow, talks to Falcone in prison. And that's really when you see Scarecrow. I think that's the first time you see Scarecrow. But then Crane poisons Rachel. Batman saves her. He gets her back to the Batcave. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. And puts antidote in her, and then he gives her like some kind of tranquilizer. Not a tranquilizer, to calm you down, like a Metal Gear sort of, but it's some kind of needle, like I don't know how to explain it, and gets her to sleep, and Alfred takes her home, and Ra's al Ghul, it's Bruce's birthday party, and Ra's al Ghul is there, and blah, 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 and they're getting this thing on the train, and Bruce Wayne, Batman, saves Gotham. So that's all I can do on Batman Begins. We'll pick up with The Dark Knight coming up next. So check out Part 3. We'll talk about The Dark Knight. We'll get a lot to cover with The Dark Knight. Then in Part 4, we'll talk a little bit about The Dark Knight Rises. How do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be great. It comes out July 20th. But we'll pick up with The Dark Knight Part 3. Be sure to post a comment and check out my channel. And I'll catch you guys later. Please comment. Bye-bye.